Hey you, I'm Yuki and I'm really glad you're here. Today, I have a story to share, and this one is a bit scary. So if you're listening to this, grab yourself a pillow or a blanket, get comfy, because this one will keep you up at night. So, let's talk. Now, I want to take you back to a summer where it all began. And to be honest, I still think about it sometimes. Not because it was fun or it was a vacation, but because of how close it came to turning into something really terrifying for all of us. Now, for a little background information, I have two cousin sisters. They lived really close to each other, while I lived a bit further away from them. Now, that meant they got to see each other almost every other day, and I didn't. So the oldest one was Jenny. She was 4 years older than me. And the second was Leah. She was 2 years younger than Jenny and much closer to my age. So naturally, I grew more closer to Leah than Jenny. Now that summer, I went to stay at my grandma's house for vacation. And the best part, you ask? My grandma's place was very close to where Jenny and Leah lived. So they started coming over almost every other day to visit me. Now one particular day, I remember that my grandma had gone to work, so she wouldn't be home the entire day, which meant the house was completely ours. Now at that time, Jenny was 14, Leah was 12, and I was 10. Now we thought in our little minds we knew everything. But newsflash, we didn't. Now that afternoon, Leah and me and Jenny, we were in our room. We were talking about, you know what teenage girls talk about, right? The crushes, some favorite TV shows, and hot topics. You know what I mean.
Oh my God, bro.
Suddenly, as we were talking about those things, Leah suddenly brought up something really strange out of the blue. She started talking about a spell. Now, a spell to become a vampire. She sounded a little too serious at that time. Well, I thought it was a prank at start. The way they were looking at each other and talking. Leah and Jenny keep talking about these kind of things, which I didn't understand half of it, but yeah, at the end I had to nod. So as Leah was bringing up this topic, it sounded a bit too serious. It started getting a little serious for me. Well, I thought at start it was a prank, but they were not stopping about it. I was trying to get the conversation out of it. I was trying to convert the other conversation, but they were not stopping. So, a little heads up. Now they are really obsessed with the shows Twilight Saga, The Vampire Diaries, and Shadowhunters. Now, in our little minds, we didn't think vampires were scary. We thought they were powerful, they were beautiful, and most of it, they were immortal. So it was fun, but then Leah started explaining about the ritual to me. Now, she started explaining in a manner where she had rehearsed it, like, you know how people do their presentation. She started explaining the same way. She had all her details, all the research, and then she knew that one day we would talk about it. And yeah, that day was that day. Now, she said that the spell needed a necklace, a set of necklace for 3 of us, and a set of candles. Now, she said that the ritual had to be done quietly, with belief and without fear. Now, at the age of 10, you don't question it because You don't even know what is going on. And to be honest, I thought that it was just some little fun thing to do. So I didn't really question them. And at that age, they seemed a bit too cool. And if I would speak something about it, it would feel like I'm not fitting into the room. So I didn't question them. I just trusted them. So I just went on with the ritual. Now Jenny, she got up and she started closing the curtain. Now the room, it became darker as she was closing the curtain. Normally the light would have come through the curtain and it would have hit the room, but the room was oddly dark. Now I'm talking about summer. It should be scorching outside with heat. At that time, we didn't really think about it. We just thought the curtain is blocking the heat or the sunlight. We didn't really think about it. And Leah, she started to place the candles on the floor. It was a really strange circle for three of us. Now the air, it felt different. It felt heavier, it felt quieter, it felt colder. Now, they told me to sit still. They know how I am. At that age, a 10-year-old girl is obviously going to be silly. She's going to joke about it. They knew that I would crack a joke. Now, they said me to sit still, to not move, to not let go of the hand, and to not laugh. Now, as they placed the 3 chains on the floor in front of us, each chain represented one of us. And I remember at that time when they started releasing the chains, my hands were shivering and it was shaking because I was so scared at that time, because I thought it was a prank and thought it was gonna be ending soon, but no, they kept on going with the ritual and I didn't know what to do. So I started shaking my hand for them to even stop. They didn't react to it, so I didn't let go because they were the only support I had. Now Leah started chanting the chant of the spell. At first, it didn't sound like it started sounding like gibberish, but slowly it stopped sounding human. It sounded something really evil, like the words didn't have a rhythm or they didn't have a meaning to it. It sounded like something being forced out of Leah. Now Jenny and I shared glances. We knew that something was wrong because at this point Leah would have probably stopped, because when we started doing the ritual, we made a pact that if something is too serious or if something is going out of hands, we will immediately stop and we will make it go away. So when we were signaling her to stop, she didn't. We shook her hand. We whispered for her to stop. She didn't listen. She just kept on going with the ritual like something was onto her. Now that's when real fear hit me, because we couldn't do anything to stop it. And that's when something inside me told that this is very wrong, seriously wrong. And at that time, I didn't know about religion. And I come from a Christian background, and I knew something about prayer, but I didn't know anything about that of a huge prayer. So, yet my heart knew what to do. I started praying because there was no other option. I remember my mom telling me when I was a little kid, if anything goes wrong, just ask God to rescue you or something like that, because usually like small kids, little kids get scared and they start losing their sanity, right? And now I started praying. As I'm praying, the air is getting tighter and I just don't know what to do. I started crying and I asked God to protect us, and I asked for this to stop at all cost. Now as Leah is chanting, her chant are getting louder. Now as she's chanting, suddenly something banged on the bathroom door. Hard. Now it didn't come from inside. The strange thing is, at that time, nobody was supposed to be in house except for 3 of us. And the 3 of us were in the same room holding hands. Now, we don't know who's banging the door in the bathroom. Now the sound was coming from inside. We all froze. At this point, Leah also was getting scared, but she was not letting go of the chant. Now as she's chanting, the louder she's getting, the louder the banging is getting. It started sounding angrier for some reason, and that's when Leah stopped. Now as she stopped, that's when the whisper started, like something was gradually becoming louder and louder. At start it was low, and then it started getting louder, like something was right behind us. Now I couldn't make out of the words exactly, but it was sounding way too gibberish, and it's like I could feel them, and it felt like something was breathing into the room, like something was alive. Now as she stopped with the chanting, the whispers started growing louder. As they are growing louder, the candles that was in front of us, the only source of light, started flickering violently. Now from the source of the candle, we could make out certain shadows. Now those shadows on the wall didn't match our movements. Now we were sitting still holding hands, and at this point our hands were getting numb. It was so tired of just holding on to each other, and we were trying to pull our hands off, but Leah kept holding our hands even tighter and tighter. And at this point I could see Jenny's also scared. She's also shaking her hand, and that's when the bathroom door started shaking. Now I'm talking about this door. This door is not made out of plastic. It is of wood, and it's really, really heavy. And for it to shake, something really huge had to be inside to shake it. Now as it's shaking, at first it was mild, and as it was getting even louder, it was like something was trying to get out of it and break the door. That's when I couldn't hold onto it. I couldn't hold it inside me. I cried and I screamed. And then suddenly the front door to the room opened and lights were turned on. And it was Leah's mom standing in front of us, breathing hard like she had run a marathon. And she didn't ask us any questions. She didn't yell at us. She just grabbed us, broke the circle immediately. The moment she did, everything stopped. The whispers, the banging, no cold air. She just grabbed us, she started praying over us, and she removed the chains and she threw it and she blew out the candles. Now that night we couldn't leave the home because Leah and Jenny and me, we were having a sleepover at my home, and my grandma, as she came back, even Leah's mom was staying with us because we were too scared alone. And well, thankfully Leah's mom didn't say anything to my grandma, because if she would have said, my grandma would have dropped me off to my home and we would not get to spend the summer together. Now that night I couldn't sleep. It was as if something was on top of me, trying to choke me and not let me breathe. And it happened to all the three of us, as I remember. Now, things went slowly back to normal, and I went back to my home. Now, for weeks, everything was gradually getting better because we were all traumatized by it. And in public, you don't normally feel that, but when I was in my home alone, I was watching TV alone, or if I was doing my homework alone, it felt like as if somebody was behind me and watching me, didn't try to do anything but just watched me from a distance, like it was fearing something, but it just wanted to see me. And it didn't happen to only me, it happened to Jenny and Leah. Now, we didn't talk about it often, and we didn't try to do anything like that after that, because we knew that if we would have kept on going, we would have opened something really bad and it would have harmed us. Now, one thing I know, and till this day I'm thankful, is for that prayer, because as I prayed, that's when things started feeling stronger, and I felt a bit like something was there to protect me. And now, as we stopped talking about it, that's when one day Leah's mom came up to me. She didn't tell Leah or Jenny. She knew that they wouldn't take it serious. She knew that I was a bit of a sensitive kid toward these stuff. So she came up to me and she said to me that, which I'll never forget. Till this day, I remember the exact words she said. She said that some door open even when you don't mean them to open. Some things should never be played with, especially when you know that you don't understand that. Now, listening to that, it felt calm. It felt like something was there to protect us. Now, things went back to normal. And me and Leah and Jenny, we would meet sometimes, like here and there, in the family meeting or something like that. Things were going fine. That's what we knew. What we didn't know after that day, we thought it was over, right? But we were wrong. We were big time wrong. Oh boy. Now, a few days later, life started to go back to normal, as I said. At least it was on the surface level. But the first one to change was Leah. She started talking in her sleep. She stopped sleeping properly. She was always tired. Now, this Leah I knew, she was hyperactive all the time. She wanted to get things done quickly. She was not the type of person who would procrastinate and delay things. She would get it done. If something was on her mind, done. If something she wanted to buy, bought. If she wanted to cook something, cooked. She would do whatever it took her to do, and she would make it complete. Now, for her to get tired, and even if she didn't do anything, she just woke up, did her routine, she would be tired as if she had cleaned the home from top to bottom, and which was really weird at first. And I felt weird about it. Obviously, who wouldn't? These things were said to me by Leah's mom, who was observing her. I mean, she did try to talk to her, but Leah, I think she didn't want her to talk. Now, this is the vacation of winter. After the exams, all I thought about was going back to my grandma's house and to meet Leah and Jenny and talk about so many different stuff and so many things that we had collected in our head. And yeah, after that exam, my father dropped me to my grandma's and I was there. So this one evening, I went to Leah's home and we were supposed to have a sleepover, and I was supposed to stay there for a week. Now Jenny too decided to come, but it took her time because there was something going on, like she had to get some things changed, so she took 2 to 3 days to come to Leah's home. And one evening I remember that we were walking behind her home. Now usually when we are too full from the meal, we take walks behind her home. Her home is like it's nearby a park, so the park was right behind her home. So we got to see the park almost like every evenings. So we were walking near the park area, and the sun was still out. It was the golden hour. It was settling in, and it was really beautiful, and we were walking. Now that's when I noticed it. Her shadow didn't move when she did. Now she stopped walking. The shadow took one more step, and that was not normal. I laughed nervously, but Leah didn't. She whispered to me. She said that it's been doing that. Now that night, when I went back to her home, Leah refused to turn off the light, but somehow we did because her mom prayed over us and then she had gone. And now this night, we didn't sleep with the lights off. We turned them on again, and then she said that she could feel someone standing behind her even while she's asleep, just watching her, not touching her. Now she started talking in her sleep, so I thought it was something weird for her to do. And then first it sounded like mumbling, and then it started getting clearer. Well, too clear. She kept repeating only one sentence: he's still here, he's still here, he's still here. Her voice didn't sound like hers. It sounded something a male would say. Now I shook her away, and she opened her eyes, and she was not looking at me. Now I was worried at this point, and the words she said totally shook me to the core. She said that, "Why did you let it hear your prayer?" Now I got scared, and I immediately left the room and I went to Leah's mom to get her. Thankfully, Leah's mom talked to her, and that night I slept in Leah's mom's room. And after that day, this is the next night. Now things were going like, the day was pretty chill. We did some girly stuff. Now it's the night. It was somewhere around 8. We had our dinner and we were upstairs in Leah's room. We were watching TV. So the lights were off. The only the light that was coming into the room was from the TV, and Leah had gone to washroom, and I was sitting in her bed, choosing the show that we liked, the episode I was choosing it. So now Leah's in the washroom, and as I'm choosing, and I put on a show that we like, I could see something from the side of my eye, and it looked like it is something really dark and tall. Now as I'm looking at it, it didn't move. Now it is in the front door. Now I'm at the center. The right side of my hand is in the front door, and to the left it's the bathroom where Leah went. Now as I'm looking at the side of the door, I could see the shadow. Now this thing, whatever this was really tall. Like, I'm talking about the same height of the door. It was really dark, like darker than the room. It was pitch black, and it was just standing there. It had no eyes, no face. It just had the body, cylinder body, and it just stood there and looked at us. Now as I am frozen and I am stuck in the place, Leah's bathroom door opened and she's coming out of it, and she just screamed because she saw it too, and I screamed too. So me and her, Leah grabbed me, we ducked like behind her bed, like beside her bed, and we were like screaming for Leah's mom to come upstairs. And Leah's mom, she ran upstairs and she came, and then thankfully we were saved by her again. And that night I couldn't stay at Leah's place. I called my grandma, and Leah's mom said everything to her. My grandmother was really pissed at me for doing that thing. She scolded us, and we went back to her home. I mean, my grandma's home. So now the next night, Jenny came to Leah's home, and Jenny and Leah, they came to my home because I was not willing to go to Leah's home. During the day we were at my home and we were spending the day. At night I refused to go back to her home for obvious reasons. Now I was traumatized, and Jenny and Leah went back to Leah's mom's. So Leah's mom came to pick them up. They left. I was alone with my grandmother, and it was pretty fun with my grandmother, catching up with her like after so long. It was fun, and we had dinner and we slept. Now as we are getting to bed, in the middle of the night, Leah's mom calls my grandmother in panic. She's screaming, she is shivering, like her voice is shivering, and my grandmother couldn't really understand, and she was just saying Leah, Leah, and she was crying. So my grandmother like calmed her down, and she said that something is going bad with Leah. And then we could hear Leah scream behind, and she was begging for something to leave. And as soon as my grandma heard that, me and my grandma and one of our neighbor, who's really good at prayers and she's really close to God, so we went to Leah's home immediately. Thankfully it was just a few blocks down, and we went there. We started praying over Leah, and my grandma, the lady, and my grandma's sister, Leah's mom, they started praying over them. And Leah was, it broke my heart to see Leah in that condition, because if we wouldn't have agreed to do that, things would have been totally different. But seeing Leah at that condition really messed my mind. And as they were praying over Leah, that's when Leah screamed once and she collapsed. Now, as she screamed, a thick grayish smoke came out of her mouth, and then she collapsed. Now, after that, luckily, things slowly went back to normal for her. But she told me something she would have never told anyone else. She didn't tell her mom, she didn't tell Jenny. She said to me that it didn't leave that because it wanted to. It left because something scarier told it to. And that is so weird to me, because it didn't leave because it wanted to leave, but it left because something stronger and scarier than it told it to. Now sometimes I still think about that summer, and I still wonder, like, if it really left, or is it still there, like watching me narrate this story to you. Thank you so much for listening, guys. This is all for today. And if this story stayed with you and you have a story of your own, you could always share it with me. My email is in the description. I'll be listing it there. You could check it out. You could send your story to me. It doesn't have to be scary. It could be any random story. So I'd be more than happy to listen and share it here with you guys. So until that, this is Yuki signing off.